All right, so we're at the river with the kids today, or I'm at the river with the kids. Emily is at home working, and we just got a podcast up on who was it? On negotiations with Ben Kimura Gross, and yeah, I think it's a really good one. So if you have a moment, you can head over to the Seeds of Tao website or over to your podcast platform of choice. Personally, it's Spotify for me, and give a listen to the podcast. I wanted to spend just a moment to keep on talking about building our marketing team. A marketing team is so needed for the growth of a regenerative business. If we want to grow and we want to build a business that is really getting our message out there and creating the impact that we want, we have to have a really strong marketing business. And we talked about business systems, and we talked about marketing systems specifically in the content, strategy, and distribution systems that exist within a complete marketing system. And what that means to build your marketing team around those three systems that are always there. We're not building our marketing teams around the channels that we have, or the greatest tactic out there right now in digital marketing. We're building them around foundational systems that are going to exist for the entirety of our business. And so when we're building our team, our growth marketing team, we got to make sure that we have a team that is doing what we want it to, right? And that requires having the right team members for growth, for growth in both in the strategy system, and really your strategy team, and having a content building team, your content team, and then a distribution team. And together that makes up your marketing team. And I've kind of hit a skeleton crew that I would say is the growth marketing crew of about 10 to 15 employees in those. And so I'm going to just talk about that. Talk about the individual teams and getting people on the right teams, and help you to build towards a full, complete marketing team that can run your marketing engine, essentially, for the growth of your business. The first thing that I would say is with this, you have really great technical people on your team, and then you have strategic leaders. And so your strategy team is essentially your leadership, right? So you have a leader for the entirety of your marketing system that connects with your CEO or whatever, and that's your CMO, essentially, right? Or your chief marketing officer, or the senior marketing officer, right? And that person is handling the strategy for the entirety of your marketing, and really relating that back to the company's objectives. Whether you're in high growth mode, or you're looking for funding, or whatever your current objectives are for your business, your CMO is going to be attaching that to the marketing efforts. And then he's going to have certain people on his team that are going to be directing specific parts of your business. And the two major ones on the strategy team are your content director, and your creative director. You can also call it your creative director, who's in charge of all the content, right? And getting that content into a calendar, making sure that it's being created in the right way with a certain quality that builds your brands up and tells your story. And so they're largely in charge of the creation of the message, right? And then you have a distribution director, or your person that is in charge of directing how your message is going out. And that makes up your strategy team. And that really should build out a really strong team that's making sure that you're strategically building your business towards your marketing is building your business up, right? And then we have your content team, which also includes the leader of that team, who's on the strategy team, which is your creative director. And then you have all your creatives. And this is a fun team. Typically, they're working within certain mediums, video, graphic design, copywriting, and they have their own specific skill set as a creative, right? And they're working alongside the distribution team, which your distribution team is those that are getting the message out there. So it could be a PR person, for example, if one of your channels is PR, these guys are running the channels, right? So you have people on this team that could be paid ad buyers, right? So in paid ads and in paid advertisement, that could be a part of your distribution team. You can have someone specifically working with your content team to make sure that SEO is correct. You'll have someone on your distribution team that is working in automations. And then really a big part of that is your data. Collecting the right data so that you can distribute your content in the right way. And so you have someone that is doing the analysis on how your content is performing, and making sure that it's going into that you're using the right channels at the right time, in the right places, right, to get that message out there. And that's really your distribution team. And we talk about using these systems together, and using them in synergy. They should never be isolated or siloed in any way, because there's so much work that they're working on together. They just have some specific skill sets and responsibilities, and so that's really what you're breaking it down to. When you're building a team, you're finding people that work well together, that have a good understanding of all three systems, but their skill sets lie in one piece of the marketing system, right? They could be a creative copywriter, and their job is to tell the message through that medium of copywriting, or through the mediums that copywriting is used, right? And then they work alongside the strategy team to know how that story is going to be told, and they work alongside the distribution team to know how that story is going to get out into the world, and how it's going to be viewed, and if it's doing well or not, because the copywriter is not necessarily the one that's sending that out to everybody, right? So you have a team. Your goal is to really make these teams really work together and build some synergies. And I'll have Emily put up right here in this spot a graphic for you to show you a Venn diagram of these three systems working together, right? And you having the right team, you're going to be at the center of this Venn diagram, where you're really going to be able to create the right type of growth and the right type of ability to respond to the marketing needs and the messaging needs of a regenerative enterprise. So with that said, let's get out there. Let's build our teams up. It can't just be us alone in this work, right? And so if you're looking for your first hire, there's many ways that you can go about doing that, and we'll talk about that more in other conversations. But really, it comes down to, you're going to be doing a lot of this work yourself. So you want to make sure that you're building out the systems that when you hire this first marketing hire, whether it's a more technical marketer or it's a more leadership strategy role, you want to make sure that you're creating balance within your efforts of marketing, and that there's synergies in place, that you can stack functions and not waste your time and money and effort running in circles and just throwing stuff up against the wall and seeing what sticks, because in reality that's a very, very difficult marketing strategy for you to grow a regenerative and sustainable business. All right, bye for now. I'm gonna spend some time with the kids at the river, and I will talk to you later about how to get your first hires on your marketing team and some different ways to do that with different types of businesses and different sizes of business. All right, bye for now.